Thank you for turning to page 121. Today we're going to look at issue 45 of Challenge Magazine, the magazine of science fiction gaming, from Game Designers Workshop. This was the house magazine for GDW and featured their games. You take a look at the very first page. There we go. We get an ad for Shadowrun, Street Samurai Catalog. So, from Dave Arneson, co-creator of Dungeons & Dragons, DNA, DOA. That was from FASA. Those are the folks that were bringing us Battletech. And then we have a look at Challenge Magazine. You could pick up a subscription for Challenge from the good folks in Bloomington, Illinois at GDW, Game Designers Workshop. Then we get Editorial, and then we get from Challenge Magazine letters to the editor and letters from our readers. I want to see when this was published. Oh, I missed a page. Okay, that's why. Okay, here's the table of contents with all the good stuff in here. It's the August-September issue of 1990. This was a kind of irregularly published magazine, unfortunately, and it wasn't always clear when it was out. Okay, and now we get Challenge, the editorial, letters to the editor, and then we have pages sticking together. It's rather humid here today, so pages are sticking together. Twilight 2, The Adventure Continues by Lauren K. Wiseman. So this was after the bombs have dropped and you're in Twilight 2000 trying to find a way to survive. Interesting game. I played it a time or two. And we got a Humvee for Twilight 2000. We enlist now for a new style of adventure. Cape Girardeau, Missouri. Become part of one of the fastest growing hobbies in the United States. 20th Century Tactical Studies Group wants you. World War I, World War II, and Vietnam reenacting. Yeah. Interesting. Want to make sure I didn't miss a page in there. Okay. Bags, Body Armor Generation System. And this is also for Twilight 2000. Challenge Conventions. Okay, we had conventions going on in 1990. And we have an ad for IHC's Rocco Mini Tanks, Half the Battles Won, International Hobby Corp, out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Toll Road, a covert operation in the Hinterworlds by Mark Galinas. And this is for Mega Traveler. Yay, Mega Traveler! I liked Mega Traveler in the day, I really did. I wasn't crazy about the assassination, and then of course that led to New Era with the virus and the collapse and everything, but I did like Mega Traveler for itself. I did run a couple Mega Traveler campaigns, but I also ran some of my Golden Age campaigns concurrently. And then continuing on, we got a nice world detail sheet for Mega Traveler. Continuing on our adventure, the Ultimate Mega Traveler Adventure Part 2. A little cartoon. And then we have Traveler News Service. Yes, this is what was going on. The year is 1120, and we're finding out that Duchess Margaret gave birth to twins today. Okay, that's kind of cool. And some more on what's going on in the rebellion. Just one page. Snowblind. After rescuing a lone ship from a pirate attack, the characters learn a horrible secret. But will they live to tell their story? A Mega Traveler adventure. That's cool. Nice ad for Mega Traveler from Digest Group Publications. This was some of the class stuff published in the 80s. These guys put together some really nice stuff in the 80s to the early 90s. World Builder's Handbook, the Referee's Gaming Kit, Starship Operator's Manual, which is an outstanding resource, 101 Vehicles, Traveler's Digest. Really good. And then we got a nice look at the subsector. Right there. The Etugu subsector, subsector M of Delphi. Continuing on our adventure. Continuing out our adventure, we finish it up, and then we go to Paper Mayhem, the informative play-by-mail magazine. So if you can't get your players together in 1990, you can do this. It's out of Ottawa, Illinois. That's downstate Illinois. It's funny because by 90 it was getting harder and harder to find people to play, by the mid-90s, it was getting very tough. And by the end of the 90s, our group had dwindled down to me and Craig. And it stayed that way for about 6 to 8 months. And then we got a few new players, among them Roy and a couple other guys we were playing with. And things got better in the early 2000s. But it got really lean for a while. One Small Step. A Traveler Adventure, or Mega Traveler Adventure, rather. Oh, wait, this is a design sequence supplement for pre-gravitic spaceflight. Oh, okay, that's kind of cool. I don't remember this article. It's entirely possible I read it and don't remember it 35 years later. It's a long article. I'm going to have to read this guy. Cool. And then Mobius 1, Science Fiction Gaming at its Best. Wanted interstellar overlords, despots, and emperors from Flying Buffalo Incorporated. Out of Scottsdale, Arizona. That's cool. The Adventure of the Century await. Space 1889. I never played Space 1889. It was never a niche that I was interested in. I know a lot of people that did play it and they loved it. Look out, it's coming. Chill from Mayfair Games. And no equipment for Mega Traveler, the ship's locker. Air raft tops. I always thought air rafts should have closed. In fact, most of mine do. And then we have the rest of the article. And then Air Power, the Journal of Air Combat Gaming. And newsletter for the serious air gamer with emphasis on GDW's air superiority and air strike out of LaGrange, Georgia. CCI presents This Is Your World, Universal Game Supplements. Looks like a dot matrix print there. And out of Cresskill, New Jersey. And High Stakes, new bi-monthly fanzine. And new equipment. I don't know what game system. Out of Ogden, Utah. Catch and carry team. At once both cat and mouse. And this is for which game? Is this Traveler still? I'll go past that. 2300 AD. It's Traveler 2300. It was 2300 AD. It started out as Traveler 2300 AD. Cyber role playing at its best. Cyberspace from Iron Crown Enterprises. Cyber was getting really, really hot. Nice double page ad for Twilight 2000. And then continuing on our 2300 AD article. A long one. And we have GDW product distribution. GDW was around the world in its day. I still miss GDW. Hot Stuff, 2300 AD Cybertech scenario for 1 to 5 players. Mega Traveler 1, the Zodani Conspiracy. Boy, I spent a lot of hours playing that game. It wasn't a great game, but it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. Continuing our adventure there, and then we go to Mega Traveler from Seeker Game Systems. These deck plans, I have the laboratory ship. I think I have the subsidized merchant too. Those were interesting. Deck plans were hard to come by, especially ones that were big enough to play on. Challenge briefs. This is just some brief heads ups and some stuff that's coming out. Subscribe to White Wolf, 12 issues for only $22. They're the leader of the pack on Anniston, Alabama. Challenge Showcase. Miniatures are by no means required to play the game. They can be good. Yeah, Star Wars miniatures were becoming a thing, and it was kind of neat. We got the Star Wars Rebel Troopers miniature set. It was hard to get science fiction gaming minis. And in fact, pre-HeroClix, it was hard to find a lot of superhero ones too. But there were some out there. There's a lot of them weren't real good. Mercury, the Nodding World for Space 1889. Looks like it's just a world overview. Some adventure hooks. Alright. Continuing on, we go to Donut Run, a short Shadowrun adventure. I never really played Shadowrun. I knew about it, and I knew what it was about. I just never had the opportunity to play it. Space Gamer Fantasy Gamer Magazine. Get them while they're hot, because when they're gone, they're gone. So Space Gamer Fantasy Magazine. Here you go. You can get that out of Lakewood, California from Future Combat Simulations. New on the street. New Shadowrun equipment and rules. Struggle for the Galactic Core from Creative Logic Simulations out of Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Fast-paced, computer-moderated game of strategy and combat. Looks like it's a play-by-mail. Starfleet Tactics, a lesson for Starfleet students on the finer points of combat. Or the Star Trek game. I played Star Trek a couple of times. Starfleet Battles. I don't know that I played the Star Trek role-playing game. No, I think it was just Starfleet Battles. Quest Games out of Clifton, New Jersey. Recon Company. So discounts on games from TSR, GDW, all the big ones at the time. And Share the Adventures. High Colonies, the science fiction role-playing game. $15 out of Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. Oral Ultra Hygienic Clinic of Health. Ouch! This is for paranoia. So there you go. A little dental humor for paranoia. Played paranoia a time or two. Free catalog. Play by mail. Let's see. If you lost what is in your game. 2-day delivery and all orders without extra costs. 800 number to call because no internet yet, folks. Renegade Legion, Centurion, beefing up the PBI, the Poor Bloody Infantry. I liked Renegade Legion a lot. I liked the world. I bought the books. I read the novels. I really liked Centurion. That was probably my favorite. Centurion was grav tanks instead of battle mechs. It's really the best way to describe it, although there were a lot of gaming differences. But I liked Renegade Legion. I still have all that stuff. Challenge Reviews, Aliens. This is the game that came out of the movie from '86. That's kind of cool. The Future of Role-Playing, Morpheus. Okay, take your word for that. Continuing the reviews. We get Continental Rails review also. And we get The Future of Role-Playing is Morpheus, the role-playing system of the mind's eye. Continuing on our article, we go to Graph Simulations. Great postal game since 1982. And all the games you can play there. Traveler from Game Designers Workshop. Okay, and then Twin Engine Gaming presents Out Time Days. A game of time travel with in an alternate dimension and space combat. A game of pure tactical combat. Both from Twin Engine Gaming out of San Jose, California. Never played either one. Classified ads. I used to look at the classified, see if there's anybody in my area that was selling anything. I never had any luck with it, but I always read them. Just discovered our Warehouse Kukri, rarest of the Alien modules. Oh, Alien Module 2 Kukri from Weekend Warrior in North Hollywood, California. I like those. That's a very good module. To the Adventures of Tomorrow, Voyages, Starlance Publications out of Mesa, Washington. And We Are the Future of Play-by-Mail Gaming, the Next Empire from Cyborg Games out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And then we get our feedback, how we liked it. You mail it in, and they'll do a free drawing, and they'll take your feedback and put it in the next issue. And then a preview of next issue. And it's a horror issue, just in time for Halloween. I kind of like those. They didn't go overboard with it, but they had some nice horror themes. And then, in my opinion, a little editorial from Mark Miller, the creator of Traveler. Buck Rogers books, Hammer of Mars, Rebellion 2456, and Armageddon off Vesta. Step into the world of tomorrow. This is Buck Rogers from TSR. Yeah, they really pushed that hard in the late 80s, early 90s. And then a back ad for Mega Traveler. All the books from GDW. Not all the books, but a lot of the books from GDW. The core stuff. There's the base set, Coac, Referee's Companion, Fighting Ships of the Shattered Imperium, and Rebellion Sourcebook. I've looked at all those in the channel one time or another. I liked Mega Traveler. I'll always have a soft spot in my heart because I was playing Mega Traveler when my first son was born. And I just have really good memories of reading that stuff while caring for the newborn, and just brings back really good memories. So Mega Traveler will always have a place in my heart. But there you have it. That's just a quick look at challenge number 45 from 1990. The issue was August, September of 1990. So 35 years ago as of the making of this video. Tell me what you thought. Did you enjoy it? Would you like to see more challenge? Are you tired of challenge? Let me know. Put it in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Tell your friends. Still trying to grow the channel. Take a look at the Patreon and help me out there. But that's all I've got today on page 121. Thank you for your time, and I'll see you next time.